All right, today we're going to unpack one of the most powerful stories ever told. It's a timeless tale about messing up, about feeling totally lost, and about what it really means to find your way home.
And really, this whole thing hangs on a question I think we've all asked ourselves at some point, right? You know that feeling, have I gone too far this time? Is it ever truly too late to come back?
Okay, so where does the story even come from? Well, this is a parable that Jesus told, and you can find it in the Gospel of Luke. And the reason it's stuck around for thousands of years is it's just so real. It speaks to anyone who's ever felt like, man, I have really wandered off the path. So the scene is set with just three people. You've got a father who's kind of the anchor of the story. He's that source of love, of home. And then you have his two sons. And what's fascinating is how they're both going to show us that there's more than one way to get lost. First up, let's track the journey of the younger son. I mean, this is the classic story of rebellion, right? He wants freedom, he wants to do his own thing, and it's a journey that takes a turn that's, well, kind of predictable, but still incredibly powerful. Okay, you have to understand the culture here to get how shocking this is. When the son asks for his inheritance, he's not just being impatient. This is brutal. He's basically looking his father in the face and saying, "You're as good as dead to me. Just give me my stuff." It's an unbelievable insult. And the father's reaction? He just gives it to him. He lets him walk away. And just like that, the downward spiral begins. He takes the cash and runs. Not just to a faraway place on a map, but a place that's miles away, emotionally and spiritually. He parties hard, lives it up. But you know how that goes. The party always ends. And when the money's gone and a famine strikes, he hits rock bottom. I mean rock bottom. He's so desperate he ends up feeding pigs, the most degrading job imaginable in his culture. The freedom he chased turned into a prison. And it's only there, in the mud with the pigs, that he finally wakes up. The story says he came to himself. And listen to the speech he rehearses in his head. This is so important. He's not making excuses. He's owning it completely. I have sinned. But look at his plan. He's not going to ask to be a son again. No way. He thinks that ship has sailed. His solution is to beg to be a hired hand, a servant. He figures he has to earn his way back. He's hoping for a job, not a welcome home. And this is where the story pivots. This is the heart of it all. Because it turns out, this whole parable isn't really about the son who ran away. It's about the father who waited. The story gives us this one line that just changes everything. It says, "But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him." Think about that. How did he see him from a long way off? It's because he was looking. He must have been scanning that horizon every single day, waiting, hoping. This wasn't a passive, "oh, look who's here" kind of love. This was an active, searching love. And what he does next is just incredible. He sees his son, a speck in the distance, and he just takes off. He runs. Now, in that culture, an old, respected patriarch would never run. It was totally undignified. But his love for his boy just demolishes his pride. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. And he gets to him and throws his arms around him before the kid can even get a word of that rehearsed apology out. And check this out. The father doesn't just say, "It's okay." He goes way beyond forgiveness. He completely restores him. He cuts off the son's "I'm not worthy" speech and starts barking orders. Bring the best robe. That's about covering his shame and giving him honor. Put a ring on his finger. That's not just jewelry. That's the family signet, a symbol of authority. Put sandals on his feet. Slaves went barefoot. Sons wore sandals. You see, this is a full-blown, "you are my son, and your identity is completely restored" moment. So why the huge party? The father explains it perfectly. For him, this isn't about scolding the kid for his mistakes. This is a celebration of resurrection. He says, "This son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." It's like his son has come back from the dead. Of course you're going to throw a party for that. But wait, this story's not over. Because remember, there are two sons. And the second son's story is, in its own way, just as tragic. It's a powerful reminder that you can be standing right in your own backyard and still be completely lost. So you've got this huge, joyful party going on inside the house. But outside, the older son is standing there, just fuming. I mean, he's the good one, right? He never left. He worked the fields. He did everything he was supposed to do. And now there's a party for his screw-up little brother? Oh, he is not having it. He's just filled with pure resentment. And this right here is the core conflict. It's two completely different ways of thinking. The father's world runs on grace. It's all about relationship, love, and who you are. The older son's world, though, it's a transaction. It's based on work, on merit, on what he thinks he's earned. He feels like he's been robbed because in his ledger book, his good behavior should have earned him a reward. But the father's response to him is so incredibly gentle. He doesn't yell back. He comes out and pleads with him. And he says, "My son, you are always with me and everything I have is yours." Just think about that. The older son wasn't being denied anything. The whole time he had full access to everything the father owned. But his own bitter, "I have to earn it" mindset built a prison around him, and he couldn't even see the open door. And that leads us to the absolutely brilliant ending, which is that there kind of isn't one. The story just stops. It's intentionally left hanging, unresolved. Why? Because the choice is now passed to us, to the listener. So when you boil it all down, you see there are two ways to be lost in this story. You've got the younger son, lost in a faraway land because of his rebellion. Pretty obvious. But then you have the older son, who was just as lost, but he was lost in his own backyard, trapped by bitterness and self-righteousness. They were both a million miles away from the father's heart, just in different directions. So what's the big idea, the takeaway? It's that grace isn't a paycheck you get for being good. It's a gift, period. And home isn't a prize you win or a place you deserve. It's a place you're welcomed into, where you're not defined by what you've done, but by whose you are. So the story leaves us with that image, the father standing outside, pleading with his angry son to come join the party. And that question just hangs there, for him and for every single one of us. The celebration is ready. The door is open. So, are you going to go inside?